about the certification pertaining to our compliance with the Constitution in filing the impeachment complaint, we maintain our position. Sumunod po kami fully and strictly to the requirements of the Constitution. We did not violate the one-year prohibition rule.
Enzo Recto, kalaban ang katiwalian at kasinungalingan, kakampi sa katotohanan at kabutihan.
Iginiit ngayon ni Congresswoman Luistro na wala silang nilabag na rules ng House sa pag-file ng impeachment complaint. Ito ngayon ang issue sa Kamara nang ibalik ng Senado ang impeachment article sa kanila at i-verify ito. Dahil raw mga kabunyog lumabag raw ang Kamara sa one-year bar rule na dapat raw isang beses lang magsumiti ng impeachment complaint sa isang taon. At hindi sabay-sabay, dahil po mga kabunyog kung matatandaan po natin nagsumite noon ng 4 na beses ng impeachment complaint sa Kamara, pero ang talagang isinumite sa Senado ay yung ika-4 na impeachment complaint. Dito ngayon kinukwestiyon ng Senado ang Kamara. Pero dinipensahan naman ito ni Congresswoman Luistro, saad niya, wala kaming nilabag sa konstitusyon. Anyway, ano-ano pa po ba ang kanyang mga sinabi? Heto mga kabunyog, panoorin po natin siya.
Yung pag-acquire po ng jurisdiction ng impeachment court sa ating respondent kay Vice President Sara Zimmerman Duterte, it only shows na tuloy na ang impeachment trial. No one can stop this anymore because jurisdiction has been acquired already by the impeachment court over the person of the respondent. Now, with respect to the action of the Senate last night, the impeachment court requiring us to issue a certification about the compliance with the Constitution with respect to the filing of the impeachment complaint, as well as the second order, and that is for the 20th Congress to confirm whether we will pursue this impeachment complaint. Medyo ang prosecution panel po ay nalalabuan dito sa naging order ng impeachment court kagabi. So we resolve to seek the clarification of the impeachment court. With respect to the first order about the certification pertaining to our compliance with the Constitution in filing the impeachment complaint, we maintain our position. Sumunod po kami fully and strictly to the requirements of the Constitution. We did not violate the one-year prohibition rule. With respect to the second order, it is impossible to be complied with because, first of all, 20th Congress doesn't exist yet. Tayo po ay nasa ika-labing-siyam na kongreso pa lamang. Mag-a-adjourn pa po, and we will be looking forward na mag-convene naman ang pa-20 kongreso ng Pilipinas. That will be on July 28, simultaneous with the SONA. I wish to add, nakatanggap po tayo ng liham, or should I say, nakakita ng liham from the social media that the anticipated presentation of the articles of impeachment is canceled. Ang sabi po ng ating presiding officer ng impeachment court, the referral of the verified complaint to the impeachment court mooted already the presentation and the reading of the articles. This will be part of the clarification that we will be seeking from the impeachment court, sapagkat batid po natin na itong presentation ng articles ay bahagi ng Senate Rules on Impeachment, and we seek the guidance, we seek the enlightenment of the impeachment court so we can properly comply to the order that they issued last night. Finally, we wish to take advantage of this opportunity upang pasalamatan po ang taong bayan. Sa lahat po ng sumusuporta sa prosecution panel, sa House of Representatives, we had a mass this morning attended by different civil society groups. May mga nakasama po tayo religious leaders and even victims of EJK. Maraming salamat po. Rest assured, ang House of Representatives, ang prosecution panel, naninindigan po. Tuloy ang laban para sa katotohanan, hustisya, at pananagutan. Maraming salamat po.
Yan mga kabunyog, narinig po natin itong mga sinabi ni Congresswoman Luistro. Ngayon mga kabunyog, matanong naman natin ang Senado. Mayroon bang nilabag ang Senado sa pag-remand nito sa impeachment article pabalik sa Kamara? Well, alamin po natin.
Dahil sa nangyari sa Senado kahapon, maraming tanong na lumalabas ngayon. Una, bakit nga ba hindi pa tinutuloy ng Senado ang trial? Pangalawa, may paglabag ba sa one-year bar rule? At ito ang mas mahalagang tanong. May kapangyarihan ba ang Senado na ibalik ang articles of impeachment sa House of Representatives? Ngayong araw, himay-himayin natin yan. Let's lay down the facts, the law, and the possible constitutional violations on both sides. Under Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 5 of the 1987 Constitution, it states, and I quote, "No impeachment proceedings shall be initiated against the same official more than once within a period of 1 year." Take note, ang keyword dito ay initiated. Hindi ibig sabihin nito ay basta na-file lang. Sa ilalim ng ating saligang batas, bawal kasi mag-initiate ng mahigit sa isang impeachment complaint laban sa parehong opisyal sa loob ng isang taon. Meaning, dapat isang impeachment complaint lang ang inaaktuhan sa loob ng isang taon. Ito ang tinatawag na one-year bar rule, isang malinaw na panuntunan para pigilan ang pang-aabuso sa proseso ng impeachment. Now, sa landmark case na Francisco versus House of Representatives, sinabi ng Korte Suprema na hindi sapat na basta filed lang ang impeachment complaint. Initiation happens only when a verified complaint is both filed and referred to the House Committee on Justice. So, kung mere filing lang, hindi pa yan initiation. There must be a referral of the impeachment complaint to the House Committee on Justice. Once na-refer na sa House Committee on Justice, dyan pa lang officially nagsisimula ang impeachment proceeding. Dito rin nagsisimula ang pagbibilang ng one-year bar rule. To repeat, initiation requires number 1, filing, and number 2, referral to the House Committee on Justice. Hanggat walang referral, hindi pa siya initiated. Hindi pa po nagsisimula ang pagbibilang ng one-year bar. Now, 3 impeachment complaints ang isinampa laban kay VP Sara noong December 2, December 4, December 19, all of 2024. All these impeachment complaints were verified, pero hindi sila na-calendar sa order of business within 10 session days. Hindi rin sila na-refer sa House Committee on Justice within 3 session days. Ang dahilan, holiday recess daw. Pero ayon sa Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 2 ng Konstitusyon, mandatory po ang calendaring sa order of business at referral sa House Committee on Justice, which states, a verified complaint for impeachment may be filed by any member of the House of Representatives or by any citizen upon a resolution or endorsement by any member thereof, which shall be included in the order of business within 10 session days and referred to the proper committee within 3 session days thereafter. So kahit naka-recess, dapat in-schedule agad pagbalik nila ng sesyon. Ang resulta, hindi sila formally initiated. I am referring to the 3 impeachment complaints. Pero may legal question na ngayon. Ang failure to calendar and refer the first 3 impeachment complaints within the prescribed period ay mukhang paglabag po sa konstitusyon at maaaring ituring ito na grave abuse of discretion. Now, let's go to the 4th impeachment complaint. Noong February 5, isang verified complaint ang inihain, this time endorsed by 215 members of the House, more than 1/3 of all House members. Under Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 3, kapag may 1/3 endorsement ng House members, automatic na po na initiated ang complaint at hindi na kailangang i-calendar at i-refer pa sa Committee on Justice. And this was also the reason why it was directly transmitted to the Senate, which is allowed under Article 11, Section 3, Paragraph 4 of the Constitution. Pero gaya ng sinabi ko, may legal question na ngayon. Kung hindi na-calendar ang unang 3 complaints, valid ba ang ika-4? Yan po ang kino-question ng kampo ni VP Sara Duterte. And this could invalidate the 4th impeachment complaint na inendorso ng 215 members ng House and which became the articles of impeachment. Let's say for the sake of argument na yes, violation nga ng 1-year bar rule ang ginawa ng House because of the freezing of the 3 impeachment complaints. The question is, may kapangyarihan ba ang Senado na i-return o i-remand ang articles of impeachment? Ang malinaw na sagot po dyan, in my opinion, is wala. Walang sinasabi ang konstitusyon na pwede nilang i-remand o ibalik sa House. Kasi nga, once they receive the articles of impeachment, they have no other duty but to hold a trial. So, ang tanong, may paglabag din ba ang Senado? My answer is, it was unnecessary and unconstitutional for the Senate acting as an impeachment court to return or remand the articles of impeachment. Matters like jurisdiction or violation of the 1-year bar rule ay matters na pwedeng ilagay ni VP Sara sa kanyang answer, questioning the validity of the articles of impeachment. Tapos, ang impeachment court na ang magde-decide kung void nga ba ang complaint, base sa evidence and arguments ng magkabilang panig. This is what due process is all about po. Hindi lang po due process for the respondent or for the accused, but due process also for the prosecution. Hindi ito dapat decided unilaterally ng Senate bago pa magsimula ang trial. Sa ginawa nilang pagbalik ng articles sa House, oo, may paglabag nga. They acted outside of their constitutional mandate. Wala sa konstitusyon ang power na mag-screen ng sufficiency ng complaint o magbalik ng articles bago mag-trial. Because ang trabaho ng impeachment court ay mag-conduct nga ng trial. Trial shall forthwith proceed. What about the House? Ang House, maaari ring lumabag sa rules nang hindi nito i-calendar at i-refer ang unang 3 complaints. Kahit ganun pa man, once na-transmit na ang ika-4 na complaint, which was endorsed by 1/3 of the House members, the Senate had no choice but to proceed to trial. Kung may question sa validity, dapat iyon ay i-raise ng respondent si VP Sara mismo, hindi ng Senate. Hindi si Senator Bato, o si Senator Go, o si Senator Cayetano na nag-aabogado para kay VP Sara. Ang pagbalik ng article sa House ay isang aksyon na labag po sa saligang batas. Tandaan po natin na ang rule of law ay hindi lamang para sa mga ordinaryong mamamayan. Mas lalong dapat itong sundin ng mga halal na opisyal, lalo na ang Kongreso at Senado na inaasahang magiging ehemplo sa pagsunod sa konstitusyon.
Bunyog, bunyog, halikan na kasama ka. Bunyog, kapag buklod ay may pag-asa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, isa ang pananaw. Sa bagong Pilipinas ang bunyog isisigaw. Bunyog